Homer Esiason is at Cincinnati's first Sunday night home game in team history as the Reds play host to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Bottom of the first inning, Billy Hatcher leads off at second base, steals third, but Mike Scioscia's throw goes into left field. Hatcher scores, and it's 1-0 Cincinnati. But the Dodgers lead 2-1 in the bottom of the fourth inning when Mariano Duncan will tie the game up with a line drive home run just inside the foul pole in left field off of Fernando Valenzuela. It's his sixth home run, a solo shot, and the ball game is tied up at 2 apiece. A man on and 2 outs in the top of the sixth inning for the Dodgers when Chris Gwynn, who was already knocked in a run tonight, hits a homer to right field, number 2 for Gwynn. As I said, he has now 3 RBIs on the game now, and the Dodgers lead by 4-2 over the Reds. But the Reds score 6 runs in the bottom of the sixth inning. Pickup action tied at 4 when pinch hitter Barry Larkin goes the opposite way with the looper. Luis Quinones scores 5-4 Cincinnati, and the Reds owner is happy what she sees by the play of her ball club. 2 on now for Chris Sabo, still in the sixth. He'll hit a 3-run homer to left field off of Valenzuela. His 16th, RBIs 38, 39, and 40. And things just seem to be blowing up in the face of Fernando Valenzuela as the Reds take an 8-4 lead. Marge Schott now is extremely pleased with the play of her club, giving the thumbs up, and it's now 8-4 Cincinnati after 6. In the bottom of the seventh inning, Joe Oliver with the double to left field. Todd Benzinger will score, and then pitcher Norm Charlton will charge home. He lowers his shoulder on Mike Scioscia as he knocks him out of the way and is safe at the plate for the 10th run by the Reds. Pitcher Norm Charlton just levels Mike Scioscia, who's notorious for blocking the plate. The crowd loves it in Cincinnati. We'll take 2 more looks at Norm Charlton. Fullback play on Mike Scioscia in the bottom of the 7th inning. 10-6 now in the top of the 9th inning. Charlton did remain in the game, and he picked up his second save of the season as he'll get Rick Dempsey to ground out to end the ball game. Rick Mailer is the winner. He's 2-2. Valenzuela is the loser. He drops to 5-6 as the Reds defeat the Dodgers by a final score of 10-6.
American League, Ruben Sierra and Ken Griffey Jr. clown around on Sunday prior to the Rangers game against the Mariners. And in the top of the second, Dave Valley puts the M's on the board first with his 3-run home run, his 4th of the year. It comes off Charlie Huff. 3-0 Seattle. Valley, incidentally, would knock in a career-high 4 RBIs in this one. Now on the top of the third, the Mariners erupt for 5 runs, highlighted by this 2-run single by Tracy Jones. It scores Jeffrey Leonard and then Pete O'Brien. 6-0 Seattle. A look at Jeff Russell, the disabled Texas Ranger pitcher. In fact, the Rangers probably could have used him tonight. But in the bottom of the third, Rafael Palmeiro gets a couple of runs back with this 2-run single. It scores Jeff Houston and Gary Pettis, and it's an 8-2 game. Then in the bottom of the fifth, it would be Scott Coolbaugh of the Rangers, who hits his first home run of the year. It comes off Seattle starter Eric Hansen, and Coolbaugh's solo blast cuts the Seattle lead to 8-3. But the Mariners score twice more in the top of the seventh with a score 9-3. This is Harold Reynolds, who doubles, and this would score Jeff Schaefer from first base and make it a 10-3 game. Seattle goes on to win it by the final score of 11-5 in the bottom of the eighth as the Rangers score their final run on this Harold Bain single. Watch as Gary Pettis would cross the plate, and he goes down with a pulled hamstring, and his team falls 11-5. Hansen, the winner, 7-6, while Charlie Huff, the Texas loser, falls to 7-5.
Baseball action from Oakland as the A's hold on to a scant 2-game lead over the red-hot Chicago White Sox as they send their ace to the mound this afternoon. Here in the top of the second inning, Dave Stewart fans Dan Pasqua for his third strikeout. Stewart went 10 innings, allowing just 6 hits while striking out 9. In the bottom of the third inning, Mike Gallego will hit a ground ball to shortstop. Ozzie Guillen will make a great stop and then get up and gun him out for the 6-3 putout to end the third inning. In the top of the fourth inning, the White Sox get on the board first when Ivan Calderon will lift a sacrifice fly into right field. Lance Johnson will tag up and score. RBI number 34 for Calderon, and the Sox are on top by a score of 1-0. The very next batter would be Dan Pasqua, and he would double to the right field corner. Robin Ventura would score. RBI number 24 for Pasqua, and the Sox lead at 2-0 behind Dan Pasqua's stand-up double. We move all the way to the bottom of the ninth inning with 2 men out and Bobby Thigpen on in relief. The Sox still up 2-0, but Dave Henderson will hit a 2-out, 2-run home run to left center field. Number 12 for Dave Henderson, as he also drives in Ricky Henderson, RBIs number 32 and 33. And dramatically, this game is tied up at 2 apiece. But in the top of the 10th inning, Dan Pascal will come up and hit a solo home run to left field off starter and loser Dave Stewart. Number 8 for Pasqua, RBI number 25, and the White Sox come back in dramatic fashion to win this ball game by a score of 3-2 to sweep the 3-game set. They are now just 1 game behind the Oakland Athletics in the American League West. Bobby Thigpen gets the win in relief, his record now 3-2. Dave Stewart with the loss, his record drops to 9-6. Barry Jones picks up his first save, as once again the White Sox win this one by a score of 3-2.
California on Saturday afternoon. 2 outs, Trammell off of first base in the top of the first inning when Cecil Fielder lifts a pop fly towards right center field, short right field. Kent Anderson appears to have it in his glove. He turns around, he thinks he drops it, and he does drop it, allowing Alan Trammell to score from first. And it's 1-0 Detroit, as we'll take one more look at Kent Anderson catching the ball at first, then spinning around and having the ball drop out of his glove, allowing a Detroit run to score. Bottom of the first inning, Chili Davis with a 3-run homer to right field off of Frank Tanana, his 10th of the year. He picks up Donnie Hill and Dave Winfield. It's his 3rd homer in 2 days against the Tigers, and it's 3-1 California. Bottom of the 4th inning now, Kent Anderson will get his sweet revenge. He'll hit a solo homer to left field, his first of the year, RBI number 2 for Anderson, and the Angels increase their lead to 4-1 as Anderson atones for his mistake in the top of the first inning, allowing a Tiger run. In the top half of the 5th inning, Rick Shue, playing third base for the Angels, will chase after this Tony Phillips foul ball. He'll go by the photographer's box. He tries to make the leaping grab, but he can't come up with it as he comes up empty and doesn't look pretty falling down after he misses the ball. 4-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning, Lance Parrish will hit the foul pole in left field for his 14th home run, a 2-run shot, 6-2 California. They add 4 more runs and go on to defeat Detroit 10-2. McCaskill, the winner, he's 6-3. Tanana, the loser, he drops to 5-5. The Angels win 10-2 over the Tigers.
At the Minneapolis Metrodome on this Sunday afternoon as the Twins play host to the Kansas City Royals. Pick up action in the top of the 3rd inning, where Kansas City will score 7 times. First, Kurt Stillwell with a bloop single into right center field. Bill Pacoda scores, RBI number 28 for Stillwell, and the Royals lead it by a score of 1-0. This coming off Alan Anderson, as he also gives up a single to Danny Tartable, who puts one into left field. Kevin Seitzer scores, RBI number 17 for Tartable, and the Royals lead it 2-0. Then Bo Jackson continues the hit parade with a single into left field. This allows Stillwell to score, RBI number 29, and the Royals lead it 3-0. Then Jim Eisenreich will come up to the plate, and he went 5 for 5 in this ball game today for the first time in his career, and he singles back up the middle. This allows Tartable and Jackson both to score, RBIs number 26 and 27, and the Royals lead by a score of 5-0. Alan Anderson would exit after giving up 7 straight singles. And then finally, Mike McFarland wraps up the inning with a single into right center field. Tabler and Wilson both score, RBIs number 22 and 23, and the Royals lead it 7-0 at the end of the 3rd inning. Manager Tom Kelly trying to count just how many runs they scored that inning. Then the top of the 4th inning, Danny Tartable adds to the lead with a solo home run to left center field. Number 7 for Tartable, RBI number 18. The Royals are on top by a score of 8-0. One of the few bright spots for the Twins today came in the bottom of the 5th inning when Paul Sereno hits his first Major League home run. That cuts the Royals' lead to 8-1. But today would be Kansas City's day as they pound out 20 singles in this game, setting a new club record as they go on to win this game by a score of 11-2. Storm Davis picks up the victory. His record is now 2-5. Alan Anderson takes the loss. His record drops to 2-10 as the Royals win it once again by a score of 11-2. Signs point toward County Stadium in Milwaukee on this Sunday afternoon as the Brewers play host to the Indians. Here in the top of the 1st inning, Chris James with a single into left field. The score is Jerry Brown, RBI number 25 for James. and the Indians are on top by a score of 1-0. This young boy saying, "I could have made the play," as he clutches to his brand new glove on glove day in Milwaukee. And then the top of the second inning with the Tribe up by a score of 2-0. Mark Knudsen on the mound, and Jerry Brown hits a single back up the middle, allowing Corey Snyder to score, and the Indians lead it 3-0. Then still in the top of the second inning, Chris James up to the plate once again, and he singles into right field. Jerry Brown and Mitch Webster both score RBIs number 26 and 27. That gives 3 RBIs for Chris James on the day. And the Indians go on top by a score of 5-0. Chris James would be caught in a rundown as he would be tagged out for the third out of the top half of the second inning. Then in the bottom of the fourth inning, one of the bright spots for Milwaukee today, Greg Brock with a stand-up double as he puts this one into right center field. Robin Yount scores all the way from first base, RBI number 29 for Brock, and the Indians lead it by a score of 5-1. Then the top of the fifth inning with the Tribe up 6-1, Corey Snyder hits a single past a diving Bill Spires. Ken Phelps scores, and the Indians lead it 7-1. Then the bottom of the sixth inning, at the start of the inning, John Farrell will leave the game with tightness in his elbow. The extent of the injury is not yet known, but the Indians do go on to win this game by a score of 9-5. Farrell with the win, his record now 4-4. Knudsen with the loss, his record drops to 5-4.